We are on the record in 2020, CRA 00003, State of Ohio versus Robert D. McWilliams. It's my understanding Paul Road is no longer be an address, Mr. Umholtz, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You have the new address, please.
New address would be 78 Helen Street, Barberton, Ohio, 44203. That's the home of Rich McWilliams' mother, Sharon Berube, B-E-R-U-B-E.
And he will be residing with her?
If he's able to be released at some point, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. For violations of 2907.323A1, sexual performance on a minor, felony of the second degree, punishable by maximum sentence of 2 to 8 years in prison with the potential for additional time, as well as, if convicted, mandatory registration as a sexual offender. Prosecutor Flay, as you wish to be heard, is the bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. With respect to the bond, I know there's been a lot of proceedings in Cuyahoga County, and they have a separate case, but I wanted to highlight some differences between this charge and the Cuyahoga County charges. Cuyahoga County charges stem from mere possession of child pornography. The charge here, the underlying facts, are that the defendant solicited a photo from an underage victim. So in our case, we actually have a live victim who lives here in Geauga County, and this isn't simply just downloading for file sharing or what Cuyahoga County has. Our charge is much more serious circumstances, so I believe that a more serious and higher bond is appropriate. Additionally, we have significant evidence, which is a bond condition, and I would also tell the court that, unlike the Cuyahoga County case, that was the first instance of him being charged. Now he's got charges pending in 2 different counties, and our investigation shows there may be additional charges in other jurisdictions as a potential out there. So the state would request a $150,000 cash or surety bond, with conditions being no contact with the alleged juvenile victim or his family, not permitted to be in Geauga County except for court appearances, that he be outfitted with GPS monitoring at defendant's cost if he does post bond, that he not be permitted to have any electronic devices, he not be permitted on social media, and he have no contact with anyone under the age of 18. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Place. Mr. Umholtz, you wish to be heard.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Your Honor, Mr. McWilliams has been determined to be indigent in Cuyahoga County based on the information he has provided to me this day. It also appears that he is without funds sufficient to obtain private counsel. He has no assets of any value. Consequently, I asked the court to appoint the public defender's office and to waive the indigent application fee. Mr. McWilliams has had bonds set in Cuyahoga County. It is $50,000, 10% or cash or surety. He is facing significantly more counts at this time in Cuyahoga County. A home study was conducted, and they determined that at his mother's home there are no electronic devices, no iPads, no computers, no electronic devices other than the mother's personal cell phone. As a further condition of bond in Cuyahoga County, he's been ordered to be equipped with a GPS device before any release. Consequently, I am asking the court to follow Cuyahoga County's lead and order to send him on in this matter. He is being monitored, will be monitored out of Cuyahoga County. As the court knows, someone who is indigent should not be incarcerated pending their trial simply because they cannot make bond. He would be unable to make bond at $150,000. And the Supreme Court's task force examining the Ohio bail system has proposed a rule change to Criminal Rule 46, requiring the court to release the defendant on the least restrictive condition that will reasonably ensure his appearance in court and protect the community. He has no prior record whatsoever. And also, Your Honor, I believe that because this is a potential offense that requires that we're following the Reagan-Tokes Act, I just want to clarify for Mr. McWilliams that the potential penalty is not simply 2 to 8 years. This would be an indefinite sentence. And in adding, if the court were to impose a maximum sentence, we would actually be looking at a potential sentence, indefinite sentence of 8 to, I believe, 12 years in prison.
The new sentencing guidelines in October of last year, yes. Thank you, Mr. Owens. The court looks that there, though he, as you stated, faces many more counts in Cuyahoga County. This does involve a real victim, as Mr. Flays has alluded to in his statements. Also, the court is aware of bond reform. Crimes of violence and sexual offenses is where we can look to set bonds that secure the safety of the community, which this court is going to do in imposing or setting a $150,000 cash assured bond. Conditions of bond are as follows: obey all local, state, and federal laws and ordinances and rules and regulations of this court. Not permanently leave the state of Ohio without court permission, and always keep the court apprised of your current address, phone number, place of employment, and if you're temporarily going out of state. You will not consume alcohol or possess, use, purchase, have under your control any narcotic drug, mind-altering substance, or any other controlled substance, nor any instrument, device, or other object used for the preparation or administration of drugs unless lawfully prescribed by a licensed physician. You will submit to random breath, urine, or blood tests for the presence of drugs and or alcohol. No birth period. No contact with the juvenile victim in this case, the family or household members, or any other person under the age of 18 years of age. You will be outfitted with GPS at your cost prior to release on bond. No social media access or use. No electronic devices, and not permitted in Geauga County unless for court purposes. I know the bond condition of the GPS is the same as Cuyahoga County. It would seem silly to have him transported to Cuyahoga County Jail to be outfitted, so we will have him outfitted prior to release on bond here in Geauga County. Anything else, Prosecutor Flays?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Umholtz, if you'd be so kind to review those. Wish Mr. McWilliams. What day would you like this set for the originally, Mr. Flays? It was brought yesterday to our jail.
Before the 17th. Which is next Friday. That's
Your Honor, I have a lot of availability next week.
Wednesday
The
or
14th.
Friday?
Oh, you want to do a Wednesday?
Wednesday or Friday?
I could do Wednesday morning, 10:30. Can we do 10:30?
He'll be up at 9, but whenever you
Oh.
want.
We could do Friday.
What is your availability, Mr. Umholtz?
I would have to check my calendar.
Okay. We'll set it for next Wednesday at 10:30 unless there was a conflict.
Okay.
Anything further you have with him?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. McWilliams does have a niece who is 11 years old. There's no contact with juveniles. We would ask his niece to be excluded from that condition.
No contact means no contact. Even family members of sorry, Mr. Umholtz. Thank you.
You guys
Your
have a
Honor.
seat at the table there, please. Thank you. Trey, is Barry familiar?
I feel compelled to serve the people of Geauga County because it's where I've grown up my whole life. Literally, there's not one road in Geauga County that I haven't worked on. I have a lot of memories through the county and I see it every day. So you take pride in somewhere where you came from. That's what you hear about. It's my job.